Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. Yeah, it's Christmas Eve, and I'm here. I am here with an episode. I am here with Kimberly. Can't stop, won't stop. We're going to be talking about Before the 90 Days. This is going to be on video, you guys. We've got on costumes, and well, at least I do have on a costume.
I could go get my dreidel hat
No,
or my menorah hat. I wore it yesterday for our live stream, so it flopped over the whole time. It was the candles were going wild. They looked like crab legs, and it was the saddest menorah ever.
Oh, if you guys log on to the YouTube channel, you can see this, and you can see my diamond painting that Kimberly made behind me. It's so amazing. I think I'm actually going to move it over to this other spot, but it's good. I was thinking this would be a little corner piece, but now I'm thinking it should just go centered under the couch, over the couch. Yeah, well, that's what's happening, guys. That's it. Merry Christmas. No, just kidding. Before we get started, Kimberly, we're going to quickly talk about one of our sponsors, which is Sono Bello.
Yeah, I need it.
And after the holidays, I feel like we all need it. But Sono Bello is the laser assisted lipo. And like I told you, I am looking at the befores and afters. I'm looking at them more and more in the last couple of weeks as I've been going to a bunch of parties. And as we're eating breakfast, my husband's asking me what's for lunch. And before we have lunch, he says, what are we doing for dinner? So that's what's happening here. And you guys, Keisha and I talked about this. As you get older and your body, like, you gain 10 pounds, you lose 10 pounds. You gain 5 pounds, you lose 5 pounds. You gain 15 pounds, you lose 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. That's just the cycle that we're in if you're, over the age of 25. And if you're not, God bless. Mm-hmm. But, you get these little pockets of fat that no matter what you do, you eat right, you go to the gym, you walk the dogs, all the things, you just can't get rid of it. And that is what Sono Bello is for. It's for those stubborn little pockets of fat. Their doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal. Mm-hmm. It'll remove that fat permanently. And Keisha did not know that you can get it under your arms, unlike your back wing.
I need it.
I know.
I could kill somebody by waving at them.
I know.
Will come and smack him in the face, and then I get arrested for assault and wind up on Love After Lockup just because of my underarms.
Or Dateline. Yeah. So if you go look on their site, sonobello.com, you'll see pictures of that where people also have it sort of behind their shoulders, like above the bra line, that area too. And that's kind of a problem area for me as I've gotten older. It's weird because everything has shifted. Mm-hmm. But at Sono Bello, you can go in and get that all taken care of. And
what about this?
You'll have to look on Sono Bello to see if they do under the chin. I don't know. I mean, you can definitely get chin lipo. I've definitely seen lots of people have done that.
I'm going to look into it. I'm going to do full body Sono Bello.
Yeah. I think just go in there and say
FBSB. Full body Sono Bello.
Give me the works. I'm here all day. I'll come at 8. I'll leave at 8. Yeah.
I took the day off. Let's do this.
Let's do every part that you see fit.
Yeah.
Listen, if you want to do that, that's great because right now is a good time because Sono Bello is having their friends and family event. It's their holiday savings event. So you can go to a free consultation and they can tell you all the places they can get that fat gone on you. That was really great English, guys. English major, get that fat be gone off you at sonobello.com/pink shade. You can get a free consultation. Go to sonobello.com/pink shade. And then you're going to get your free consultation and they will tell you, hey, you know what? You don't need it under your chin, but your love handles could use some work. So that's what I'm going for. But let's get ready to start the show. Here we go.
Yay.
That's music from our moment, and it's just on my board. Mm-hmm. And Ingrid's going to be very sorry she left that on the board because I keep playing it.
Hill. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's so stupid because then sometimes it'll be like jingle bells, and then you'll hear like a little like Away in the Manger in the background. You're like, what is this music?
I love it.
What is this music? You guys, it is in fact Christmas Eve when this episode is coming out, and guess what? I'm also going to have an episode out on the day after Christmas.
This lady never stops working.
Can't stop won't stop, you guys. It's
It's
just,
also
here's the thing.
Hanukkah for my people. We might.
It's Hanukkah for your people for 8 days. Now, is this
Sorry.
is
It's
this one
the
of those, huh?
I sorry, we're so greedy. I
No,
know.
I thought you were gonna say I thought you said it's 6. I was like, "No, it's 8."
No, I was like, sorry, we take up so much time.
8 days, but the question is, this is not one of those Jewish holidays where you're not allowed to, like, look at your phone or have light.
No, this
Okay.
is the Festival of Lights.
Okay, so you can have all your electronics.
Well, if you follow rules of the Sabbath, then you probably would still have to do those on Friday night. Uh,
Okay.
but I don't.
So, Friday night on the Sabbath.
Dateline is out on Friday nights. I can't
You
abide.
can't.
No.
Um, yeah, and I've learned this, well, I think I learned this from Jewish matchmaking, that at sundown, you're just with your family and you have, like, no electronics and no lights and
Yeah,
no
if you really follow it, yeah.
yeah, and then at sunup, it's game on.
No, you're supposed to all day Saturday also. You're
Oh.
not supposed to drive, you're not supposed to turn on lights, you're not supposed to do any work. You're not supposed to I don't know.
Hmm. Well, I have a question. What if you're a stay-at-home mom? Do you just let your children wander the streets, or do you
In the dark, you just
yeah, in the dark, or do you take care of them? Because that's work.
No, you have to I think you still have to mind your children
Mm.
so they don't, like, die or something. Yeah.
Justice for the stay-at-home moms.
Yeah,
It's not
that is rude,
yeah, just not
Torah.
fair. Yeah.
It's for not considering that work.
You
All
know,
religions don't care about women.
do you Merry Christmas. Do you, watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
A a little bit. I know I fell off, but I did watch part of Meredith getting, bat
Bat
mitzvahed.
mitzvah.
Yeah.
They were saying the Torah instead of the
Yeah.
Torah. Do some people is that just a preference?
Yeah. Some
Oh.
people say, certain words differently,
Mhm.
um, that I
But then I
think it
heard Ben and Ronnie doing their recap, and they were saying the Torah, so I wonder if that's the way Ben pronounces it.
I don't know. Uh, I always just say Torah, but the rabbi probably would say Torah. I don't know. Maybe it
Mhm.
depends on the way you're saying it.
Yeah, I think they were saying that when they unscrolled the Torah and all that, it was all, like, not the way it should be done because it should be covered and it should be in its own box, but maybe for editing purposes, they had to
Well,
get it out
that
quick.
was that a where were they at?
They were, like, at the community center, like, but I don't think they were in the synagogue.
No, because usually there's an ark, which is like a cabinet, a
Yeah,
fancy cabinet that holds the Torah,
yeah,
and then you take it out, and then at certain parts of like, you put it back, and, like, they just seem to be like they bubble wrapped it, like,
yeah,
pulled
yeah,
it over in, like, a suitcase or something.
yeah, so maybe it was just, like, at a place that had a good view that would allow them to film.
That's
Mhm,
exactly right, yeah,
mhm, yeah.
and drink, they seem to be drinking a lot of cocktails. I don't recall that at my bat mitzvah.
Oh my gosh, every bar or bat mitzvah I've ever, heard of, or if my Anna has gone to, whatever, or friends that I have had them as the parents are all getting lit
Yeah, after, not
after.
before. This
No,
was,
not
like,
before, not a pre-party.
before. They were pre-gaming the bat mitzvah.
Oh
That's
my
not
gosh.
right. No, you have to suffer through the boring service, and then you go to the party after.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Well, we're trying to figure out, literally how we're gonna squeeze in going to, church on Christmas Eve because we are what they call CEOs, Christmas Easter onlys. Um, um, that not my son, he does a better job, and Anna doesn't go at all, but Dave and I. And we didn't used to be that way, but as, life gets so busy and everything,
Yeah,
that it's happened. So, doesn't listen, do whatever you need.
it doesn't make you better or worse.
Follow, believe, however, what is good for your soul.
Yes.
Whatever's good for your soul. So, we want to go because we really like it, and it's cute because they have the kids do the whole, like, the Christmas pageant and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's really cute.
And one year, John got asked to be Joseph, which would be, starring role.
That's
That's
you'd be
it.
like Mama June, like,
Yeah.
giving him go-go juice and being like a stage mom.
Yeah. But he didn't wanna do it because he doesn't like babies, and he was gonna have to hold a real baby. And so he was like, I don't like the babies. I don't want to have to hold.
And
This
he
is like,
never worked in Hollywood again.
yeah, this is like 2
Because
years ago.
actors cannot be that picky.
Yeah.
You gotta take the roles they give you.
His friend Logan took the job, and John
And
just
where is
stood in the
Logan
back.
now? He's starring on Broadway.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be a great story.
No, he's not.
He's in pageants of the manger across the country.
No, he would be good though, because he's got a beard, so he does, look very Joseph-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is pretty shocking when your kids are like 18 years old and they come over with like a full beard. Not my kid, but their
That
friends.
is weird.
And you're
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
When did you get man things?
Why do we have a full beard?
Yeah.
Anyway, he was a wise man and he did a speaking part. So he came up to the altar and did like a Bible verse.
Did you see the meme that was like 3 wise men? Okay. Sure, Jan.
Let's find those, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not here to discuss. Well, we are going to discuss religion, actually. Coming right up, we are. We're going to discuss the men on this show tricking the women.
I blocked it out for a second. I find it so upsetting. I'm so mad at Rory.
No,
not Rory. It's Sunny. I love Rory. Bring Rory back.
Rory.
No, I love Rory.
Oh my God. You guys got to go and watch on our friend DocuSweeties, Chris and Veah. They put up a reel from their episode they were doing about this. And so I was just looking at it because I love them. And as they're talking, Veah has got this cat. I don't know if it's a new cat or what, but she's got her cat. And while she's talking, so I was listening, but I looked down and then I heard Chris go, Veah, what just happened? What just happened? She goes, the cat hit me. So I had to rewind. But as they're talking and she's saying like, oh, I can't believe this about Veah and she needs to find Rory. And as she's talking, the cat just goes, whop. He just knocks her across the face. And I was like, do we need to call somebody? You're being abused in your own home.
Cats are crazy.
She says, that's why when I record, I can't wear my glasses because she knocks them right off my face.
Cats are troublemakers, but cute troublemakers. I feel like I've just pissed off half of your audience, but cats are not my favorite. Katie has 4 cats. I love her 4 cats.
And 6 possums and 14 raccoons.
Yeah. But wait, why only humans take another animal, bring them into their house, feed them, water them, take out their poop, and then allow them to smack them in the face?
That is true. Violet and Ginger got so excited yesterday. I pulled out like the stick vacuum because I was trying to like vacuum the front of the house. But it's just coming and going. It's so messy. And they go nuts. When the stick vacuum comes out, it is like a demon has approached our home and they must protect us at all costs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They go crazy. I was just holding it in the air. I didn't even put it down. And the minute I put it down, Violet starts biting fully with her full face, biting the vacuum. When I turn it on, they go away because then they're scared. But they were biting each other, biting the vacuum, throwing themselves at it, the whole thing. And John's like, this is like animal abuse. You're like making them upset. I go, when I turn it on, they'll stop. I go, they like it. They think it's fun. And then John goes, Violet's biting your foot. And I go, oh, I didn't even notice. She was biting my foot and biting my ankle and then biting the vacuum. She was just biting everything.
Yeah, yeah. I will say my parents' dog bites as a form of love. Like he just puts he gets so excited to see me. He puts it, and he's giant. He jumps up and puts his paws here and then like puts his mouth around my arm just with no pressure.
Yeah.
Because he's just so excited. He just like, and then he bites my shirt. He just like wants to hold on. It's like he's overcome with love.
Yeah.
We do not encourage it. I know that's bad.
No.
My parents have no discipline for Ralphie. He just does whatever he wants.
Well, Violet does that too. She does what we call the break dance. She goes on the couch and sticks her booty straight up in the air, but she's like doing a down dog. She gets on her butt and sticks her booty, and then she goes, she makes noises at you. And shakes her butt, and you're like, are we break dancing? Because she looks like she did one of those spins and then landed upside down. Like what? And she does that, and then you rub her, and then she rolls on her back, and she just wants to like bite on your arm while you like rub her belly.
Yeah,
but she's not biting.
Adorable.
But she's not biting.
Adorable.
She's just
yeah. That's
Also,
very cute.
she's missing half her bottom
And
teeth,
I'm
so it
sure
doesn't
the
really hurt.
cat smacking the face was super cute too. I probably would have laughed if a cat smacked me in the face.
Well, the funniest thing is I was just gonna listen to whatever they said that was funny, and I looked down and I heard her go, "What happened?" And I looked up and she was like it was sorta like, "Do we need to call for help?
Right.
Is this you letting us know? Blink twice," you know?
Are you are you in an unsafe situation
Are you unsafe?
with your cat?
I will speaking of cats, guys, in January, I'm gonna cover a documentary that's gonna be on the ID channel. So, Kimberly, you know that they are now expanding The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, to The Curious Case of, and they've got all these other ones.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They sent I wonder if it's I wonder if I get the ID channel stuff because they're part of the WeTV people or they're part of the TLC people because I get like whatever's associated with that
Mm.
network. So I got a press release and it lists all the ones they're going to have the curious case of. One of them is the curious case of not Ruby Frankie, but that other woman that Jody Hildebrandt.
Yeah.
Curi-
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
that's too dark for me to cover. And then
Mhm.
they have one called like the curious case of the cat cult. And it's all about these people that like got in the cult and thought the cats were talking to them. And I was like, well, that's up my alley because the
That's
cats
a
are going to,
Hades alley too.
well, the cats are going to be evil. So, so I
I
asked
don't
Chris.
think the cats were evil. I think the people
Well, yes,
interpreted.
yes, but it's funny to think that they thought the cats were telling them evil things.
I mean, they might be.
They might be.
That's actually possible. Like, they smack you in the face and then they whisper in your ear,
Yeah.
"You wanna kill this elected official." Like, they're really,
Yeah.
spreading,
Mhm,
"The lizard people are among us.
mhm, mhm.
Your
We'll
neighbor hates you. You
we'll
should
check
take
on
their house."
we'll check on Wall later this week and see how she's doing with that old face smack. But,
Yeah.
anyway,
She's
I'm
like,
gonna co
"Oh my god, that's so sad too." Like, now
Mhm.
I feel like I'm making fun of people who are in those sort of relationships, and I'm not.
We're absolutely not. We're making fun of people being abused by their cats.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm covering that in January with Chris DeRosa. It'll be very funny because he's very funny. You know what? I'll find that email and forward it to you. Every time you pull that drink up to your face, I think you're
Sorry.
drinking a giant
Yeah.
bottle of Pepto.
I know, which is what Brian had on his,
Yeah.
counter.
What is it? Is
Did
it
anyone
Prime?
write to you and say why Brian would have that? If it's like a medical condition? Why he would no one wrote I was hoping we'd get
Someone did actually.
Really?
Mhm. Shoot. Now I can't remember.
Because I know one of your listeners has a husband that's in a wheelchair,
She wrote.
and she has, been giving some good knowledge. So,
Yeah. I feel like she's the one that wrote.
okay, I'll look for it.
Mm, mm, mm.
I don't go on Facebook, but once a month, and then I'm overwhelmed with messages, and then I quickly leave. So, I
I feel
don't
like
see most of Facebook.
I don't see Facebook messages. I believe this was Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. But, it's been too long and now I forgot.
I know,
And
never
you weren't
maybe
here
never find it again.
you weren't here when we talked about him last, I don't think. No, yeah, you were. Were you? You
Yeah.
guys, it's the end of the year. We're
Oh, when
confused.
I was in Canada. Thank you, Amy Archer, for who filled in for me? No, Kim from
Kim
Cray
from
Cray.
Cray Cray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
All right, let's get going with this recap because we'll be here all day. And I do have one Christmas present left to wrap. Just one.
Oh,
Just one.
I have presents left to buy.
And I'm hoping that while I'm up here in this room, people are wrapping presents for me.
Oh, that would be
But
nice.
we'll find out, won't
Yeah.
we?
Mhm.
Won't we?
I was
Okay.
just watching that SNL skit, and it's like the mom, I think it
Mhm,
was Kristen Wiig, and, she
mhm,
gets,
mhm,
a robe, and that was
mhm.
it, and it was
And I
like,
got
"Well,
a
here's
robe.
some." Yeah, and I
Mhm.
got a robe, and it's like, "She's your mom, she deserves more than one present."
Yeah, yeah. I told the kids, I go, "Both of you have money. You need to buy presents for me and dad and each other. I'm tired of this being a one-way street." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. Okay, let's start. Season 7, episode 17, The Choice. The Choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the choice, and it's the choice of Veah and Sunny. It's the choice of Yosko and Vanya. Let's see what other choices we have. We have
I feel
Tigerlily
like
choosing to get pregnant.
yeah, Faith is making a choice. I
Mm,
feel like Magdana is always making a choice on if she's going to murder Joey or not, or boil his bunny. That's like a daily choice for her.
Yeah. Next week we find out there may be murder. It may be our first crossover with Dateline.
I'm so excited.
This episode is heavy on the Mary Payne, real light on the Kimberly.
Was.
Yeah. So I look forward to Niles and Matilda returning next week.
My fingers got a rest this week.
It sure did. Okay, Vanya and Yosko and Bozo, R.I.P. So
I know they don't even have him in a hero shot. They did. I wish they had done the three of them, and then what's Baldy guy pushes Bozo out of the frame
off the cliff.
That would be amazing.
Or it'd just be funny if they had their hero shot and then him just like walking up in the background, like, huh.
Topless and in a Speedo.
No, we would want Bozo to walk up in the frame.
Oh, I see. Bozo's walking by
with the plant, like, hello.
Yeah. And a basketball.
Yeah.
He's like dribbling.
Just coming by the court. I didn't know you guys were filming right here. Oh my God. All right. So she's going on another date with Yosko. It's a hot tub date on a hotel rooftop. Weird.
These two have the sexual chemistry.
Yeah. And it's sort of like what we say with Jasmine and Gino. Like some of it I would be like, ew, but she thinks whatever his sexual stuff is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know if she would find it funny in like 20 years, but she's in that early glow that she's horny. So she finds it very
so
funny.
Happy. Yeah. She's happy that he thinks she's so hot.
Yeah.
So, which she is, by the way.
Yeah.
So they didn't have sex on that first date. And she was like, telling the production, this might be the end of my 6 years of celibacy. Dust out those cobwebs, girl. Let's go. So she puts on like a macrame bikini cover up and just walking through the streets. Okay. And everything goes in Croatia. And they meet up and he's in his Speedo. And this man is covered head to toe in moles.
He is.
Boils.
He's a mole. No, he's just a moley guy.
He doesn't have many on his face though.
No. I hope he's seeing a dermatologist.
Me too. I was like, I need skin.
You got to get those checked just to make sure.
Some of them looked a little bumpy. So they make out in the hot.
Concerned for you. It's not. We're not judging. We're just.
I think later on we're going to hate him.
Then we can judge his moles.
Then we'll judge his moles. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're kind of making out in the hot tub, and he goes, "Oh, I can't imagine there was a guy in your history that didn't like to kiss you so much." And then they talk, and he says his last relationship was in 2022, and that girl was jealous all the time. It was very hard. And then she goes, well, I've been celibate. He's like, what do you mean? And she goes, I've been celibate, for 6 years. He goes, I don't even understand. Like he literally can't grasp it. And she goes, I haven't had sex with a man for 6 years. He goes, but like, if you're celibate, that means like you could do things at home that vibrate. And she was like, okay, TMI. TMI is her favorite term. TMI.
All the time, yeah.
TMI.
And also, he's a man. I think they just have to.
They don't understand.
They don't understand not doing anything for 6 years. They would. Their hand would fall off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They would
Maybe
go
that's
blind.
what happened to Mr. Ark.
Maybe that's what happened to Cheaty. He went blind.
There you go.
Terrible. Sorry. And so he goes, I wonder why, because you're such a beautiful girl that you didn't have sex with anyone. And she goes, well, for me, I'm just not giving it away. I have to feel a connection. And then she goes, but I've never felt this connection so soon, so fast with someone. And he's like, let's go home. She goes, would you like to go back to my apartment? And he says, yes, I would. And he carries
Where's his baby?
Where's his baby? And how many changes of clothes did he bring?
I didn't notice.
Well, they go to the apartment and he's in a Speedo. Next day, he's in a whole other hiking outfit. And then they go to dinner and he's in a whole different outfit, but he never seems to go home. Who's watching the baby? That's the main concern.
Where is the baby? And my best Nancy Grace
is the baby. So I'm like, that's kind of early. It's like kid's not even one. You've already got a nanny.
I know. He's already like an absentee dad. And he's not even the official dad yet. He's the foster dad.
I think what you said is right, that his mom lives there and is taking care of the baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Or his wife. Dun, dun, dun.
Seriously, something I don't know.
So they wake up together the next day. They did not have sex, but they said it was great to sleep in the bed together.
Do you think they didn't have sex?
I guess not. I guess they just did a lot of things. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess she wouldn't be she's not the type that would be embarrassed or lie about it, so I guess
Yeah.
they didn't if she's saying they didn't.
So they hike up to this, like, incredible, like, gorgeous fort. Like, other than the hiking part, it looked
Mhm.
I mean, I was like, "Whoa." The view and you could see why whatever the fort is used for back in the day, they could see for miles for the ships and everything. It's crazy.
At least
Um,
she's getting to even if this doesn't work out with him, at least she's now getting to see the
yeah.
town.
Yeah. So, she says, "Oh, it's her last day. She really doesn't wanna go." And he goes, "Well, we should talk about what's ahead of us." And, you know,
So has she been hanging out with him now for, like, 2 weeks, do we think? Or how fast did this happen? A
so
week?
she was there for 3 weeks.
So maybe the first week was Bozo, the
Yeah,
second week was the
going o
apps, and she
yeah,
met that one guy that didn't work out, and
yeah.
then now it's been 1 week with this guy.
Yes, I think probably a week because I think they said this is their 3rd or 4th date, this hiking.
Okay.
Yeah. So, he says, "How do you feel about the fact that, I have my foster son that I'm going to adopt?" And she says, "I think it's incredible that you're doing that. I think it's really great." But then she explains that she had an ex-fiance and she was very attached to his daughter. And the fear is overwhelming to her that it would happen again and that she would be hurt, the child is hurt, he's hurt, everyone's hurt. And it's really, really rough if it doesn't work out and there's a kid involved, which is,
Didn't that happen to somebody on Love this new season of Love After Lockup? And they turned to
yeah,
heroin because of it,
Savannah. Yeah,
because she was
terrible.
dating a guy who had a kid, and she got attached to the kid, and then the kid was
Well,
gone.
she was like a 100% mother to that kid for 3 years, and
Yeah, that's
then
horrible.
because he would go on these benders and then have to go to rehab, and she was
Yeah,
always with
that
the
made
kid.
me really sad. I
Really
was
sad.
actually touched by that storyline.
Yeah. So, she just cries, and it's like, if it doesn't work out and then I'm close with you and your child, then it would be terrible." So he says, "I know that you're the one. I don't know how I know. I just know, and I want you in my life, and I want you in my son's life. I could tell you'd be a great mom." I mean,
She's
this is a lot.
she's gone from one extreme bojo
Right.
to this guy, "Let's get married."
Has a job and a kid and wants to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents got engaged on their second date, so I should not judge, and they've been married 50 years. But I
You have
think
submitted them for Jewish matchmaking to be one of those
oh,
side
no, we
talking
need to
heads.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
they would be hysterical. Um, I just think these 2 don't know each other at all, really, and
No, it's
they
very
are really
surface.
I think they're wrapped up in this star-crossed lovers, like, they're on a timeline and she's from far away, and so it's this romantic movie feel of it
Mhm,
all that
mhm,
they're horny,
mhm,
so
mhm. So, and she also says that, like, when they're not together dating, because he's with his kid, we hope, they're texting nonstop.
okay, so maybe they're having deep conversations, I don't know.
But, I mean, that's still very quick.
Yeah.
So in her talking head, she cries and she goes, I don't know if I know what he sees in me. Like,
Aw.
I worry that I'm gonna let him down and I worry that I will let his child down. Like she worries all of a sudden now. She is so accomplished and does have, when I interviewed her, like a very big deal medical sales job that she's had for like 20 years. So
Yeah.
she's in bank.
Yeah.
So she has a lot of money and then has all these fun side hobbies. She's a very like fully developed woman. You know what I
She
mean?
really is. She's incredible.
Yeah, and so but now, when it comes to this, like, she's questioning herself, you know?
Yeah, I think all the men she's dated, including Bojo, have done a number on her self-esteem.
Y yeah. So, he was like so they're in the car, and he goes, "We should go get some vegan ice cream." He's really leaning into the vegan thing because she's vegan. He's, "Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait for her to leave
That's
so I can
why
go eat
I'm
a
like,
burger."
is that's why I can't tell, like, is he just love bombing her and, like, doing all the stuff that he knows she's into?
Yeah, yeah, it's funny, though, and she goes, "Oh, yeah, that'd be great," and so he goes, "Okay, you like ice cream?" She goes, "I really do, that'll be great." He goes, "You like licking?" I
Okay,
mean,
Joey,
ew, and,
with the pretzel making.
yeah. And she goes, "Oh, you're naughty." I was like, "No, that's kinda gross." Um, So anyway, they're in matching black tank tops. So they go and change. Again, they go and change. So you just change your clothes. So in the talking head, she says, it is great. It's wonderful that he's saying all these things to me, that I'm the one and everything. But I am concerned that he has a child. And also, we live in different countries. And this is my last night in Croatia. And we haven't talked about next steps. I mean, he basically just told you.
He just asked you to marry him, essentially.
Basically, he wants to marry you. So I think you have talked about next steps. But I mean, you're concerned he has a kid. They live in different countries. Well, that's what you were going there for Bozo for.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So,
although Bozo didn't have a kid or essentially a job, so he
or
could
a home,
so he could have pretty easily come to America.
True.
He didn't.
True.
He just had to say bye, mom, bye, aunt, and then he's good to go.
I think that she told me in our interview that her dream would be really to just live like part-time in the States where her parents are, and then part-time in Europe. She would like to do like winter in Florida, summer in Europe.
Yeah.
So she's a snowbird basically at age 41. So they change, they go get the ice cream. And she goes, I feel like we need to talk about next steps. And he goes, next step is to have a nice night. Know what I'm saying? And then find a way for me to come and visit you in Orlando for a couple of days. And she says, I would love that. That would make me so happy. And then he says they have to go look at a statue that has a golden toe, and you touch the toe to make a wish. That's the biggest toe. That toe is as big as his foster son at home. So big.
It's like a giant foot.
I wanted to see how big was that statue.
I know. Or was it just the foot?
She looked way up.
That thing have to be like 100 feet tall to match the proportions of that giant foot.
I know. We need to somebody let us know. I mean, you could Google it. Toe statue in Split, Croatia, tourist attraction. Get hand sanitizer after you touch it.
Definitely.
So they hug, and then they touch the toe, and she really
did say, wait, like a lot of people have wished here. Yeah. And I was like, what is she? It just, because it was, did it have fingerprints all over it, or was it like sticky? What was she saying then?
I don't know, because the gold was like worn down. Yeah. See, I'm so weird. I would be like, I bet nobody has touched this part of the toe. Right. So I'm going to do this part of the toe because I bet this is where you really get your wish. My wish is a beach house. So.
And it's more important than everybody else's wish. So I'm kidding.
But if I just go under the toe.
Right. That's where the good luck is. Yeah.
Just right under. Nobody's been touching over there.
I would think like there were less germs there underneath. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right on that toenail was real germy. Ooh. They should have had one of those COVID time pump stations with a hand sanitizer right there. Yes.
Yes. Or an attendant who just comes and wipes it.
When you're on a Disney cruise, and maybe it's other cruises too, when you walk into any of the dining rooms, even just like the casual buffet one that's all day, there's a person standing there handing you a wipe every single time.
Really?
And then by the casual ones, they have all these hand washing stations. They're like, wash your hands, complimentary wash your hands. You don't even have to go all the way to the bathroom. It's right here. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You dirty little children, wash your hands.
You have to remind him.
Yeah. Okay. So huge toe. They hug. They say their wishes were about each other. Because she goes, was your wish about me? He goes, sure. So she says, so what are we doing here? Really? Like, is this a long distance relationship? And he says, yeah.
He said, yeah, I want you to be the mother to my child.
I mean, he says, yeah, just obviously, because you don't live here. So it's long distance. And she goes, is this a long distance relationship? And he says, yes. For now, I have to stay in Croatia because of the legal terms surrounding my kid, because he's in the middle of an adoption. And she goes, so are you my boyfriend? And he goes, yeah, obviously. And then they make out and they say, she goes, oh my God, I feel so great. Like now it's official. Okay. So he says he's never had success with a long-term relationship, but he feels really different about her. And he thinks Vanya is the one for him for life. Okay. They get home, they head towards the bedroom. Bow, chicka, bow, wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's all we see of them.
I will say I'm really glad she's toned down the pink eyeshadow. I think it looks softer. I mean, whatever she prefers, she can do her own makeup however she wants, but I thought it looked better.
I agree. I think it was too harsh. When people started talking about it.
Because she's so pretty. She doesn't it was taking away from her natural beauty, I thought.
You saw that when she first came on our screen, everybody started talking about it. She did like a makeup tutorial for pink eyeshadow. It's
She
funny.
did.
She leans in. I think it's
She really
hilarious.
does, yeah.
All right, let's start with Tigerlily and Adnan. Okay, so baby and baby are going to the cafe. So Pillow Talk was on yesterday, and it was them from last week when it was the turkey and she was trying to cook it. Celery, turkey. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So Pillow Talk was on, and John, my son's, he's very interested in this show. He tries to act like he's not, but he is. And he was like,
oh, I think all of your listeners say the same thing. Like, my husband says he doesn't watch the show, but he seems to know everyone's name and who they're dating and all of it. Yeah.
At the beach last year, John sat on the bed with me, watched an entire episode. Yeah. And even though I was like stopping and writing notes, he was still sitting there. So they were on the screen. It was Pillow Talk, and they were all like doing, Loren and Alexia, everybody were doing the turkey thing.
Yeah.
So I rewound to her. She was going, baby, I don't know what it means on the oven. It was a cloud and it's raindrops. Baby, can you help me? 350 degrees Fahrenheit, baby. And he was like, I don't know how. And so I paused it and I said, hey, John, I can do a good imitation of her. You want to hear it? And he goes, no, I don't want to hear her do it. And so I started doing it. And I was like, okay, baby, we're going to have to get into the hotel room to make a baby. But I need 2 hours of glam, baby. He's like, Mom, stop. It's so gross. Oh, so funny. And I said something about some plastic surgery I wanted. And Dave goes, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're going to end up looking like that girl. Oh my God. Poor Tigerlily. She got the slam in my family this week.
I know, but at least they see it. It would be very concerning if he was like, no, that's what a real woman looks like and sounds like.
Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing. I use Hello Lash, and you're not getting those lashes from Hello Lash. Those are stick on, and they took hours.
And 4 hours to be exact.
4 hours to be exact. 2 hours just for the lashes. Okay.
But wait, did anyone on Pillow Talk figure out what the rain thing was like we did?
They were just going, why didn't she Google it?
Yeah, just Google it. That's all I did.
That's what Kimberly and Jamal were like, Google is your friend, you dummy.
Yeah.
So, okay. So baby and baby go to the cafe. And she says she was glad that his family was there. That was so great. Well, no, it wasn't. You can't speak the language. And they're like, have a baby next week. Yeah. And but now they're alone and she's happy because she's leaving soon. And she says, baby, I know you want a big family, but what if we can't have kids naturally? And he goes, well, I don't think that way. We're going to keep trying. He's, just like, remember when they went to that beautiful place and she was crying and he's like, okay, you stop crying now. You're happy. Let's go. Yeah. Same thing here.
He thinks he can just control everything.
He says,
a woman's emotions, her body.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll keep trying. And so it will happen. And he says, mostly in my religion, if you could not have a baby, it's fine. I would get another wife because in my religion, I can have up to 4 wives. And she's like, what? And he tells us that his dad, he said, my dad had another wife before he died and my mom divorced him. But then he says it was like a little kid when it happened and the dad had other kids. So he was really like, nobody gave him any attention.
Yeah, it sounded like his dad paid more attention to this other part of the family with the second wife.
But he said before my dad died. So it made it sound like he got another wife and then died. But then he was like, my mom divorced him. He had another family. Nobody paid. I was like, well, you mean just in general before he died? Like 20 years before he died?
Been a language barrier.
Okay.
I think all this happened before the dad died. I don't think he was divorced as a ghost.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, I could mule confusion.
Yeah.
So, okay, so sorry. So, throwback.
That will never get old.
Never.
And I don't think we say yike enough, which people on Reddit say yike all the time, which was the guy with the Clayton and Annalise.
The guy with the with
the guinea
pigs. Yeah.
That's how they make love. They went to hang out with his friend and the girlfriend didn't speak English. Like it was, she spoke English, but it wasn't her first language. So
Yeah.
when Annalisa and Clayton were fighting, and then it cut to them outside, and the friend goes, "Yike."
The
So
girl
it was
that didn't
so
speak
awkward.
English?
The girlfriend that English is not her first language, she was like, instead of saying "yikes," she went,
Yeah.
"Yike." And so people on Reddit say it all the time. Yike.
Another thing I say all the time that nobody gets either is on Love After Lockup. There was a guy and he had the tattoo coming down with the drop, like it looked like a
Drool?
water drop coming out of his face, dots down his mouth.
Like
That
drooling, or like he's got into a fight and he's bleeding from his mouth?
No, I think
Well,
probably it has sexual connotation
oh, Jesus.
because he was in prison, and I think probably they held him down and did that. And he had
I'm
this
an idiot.
girlfriend, well, if you would have seen it, and he did a lot of like, "I gotta go, I gotta dab on it." Like, he
He
did a
did.
lot of that. I was like, because he went in prison, like, when that was still cool,
Yeah, and he kept doing
and
it.
he would say all these old phrases, and he would
Oh, I
literally
love it.
dab on it and leave. We would say
I
that all the
love it.
time, "I gotta dab on it and get out of here." But when she went to, a bridal place to choose her wedding gown, she walked up to the counter, and this is a fully English speaking person, by the way, and she comes up and goes, so what I was thinking was I want to get like a wedding dress and accessories, for example, a veil." So so we would say that all the time, like, for example, a veil.
It's giving me Iraq and the such as South America and the Americans, like such as. Do
The
you know what I'm
Iraq.
talking about? The
John Hill
Iraq,
has
yeah.
John Hill has an entire song about that with all those lyrics.
Oh my God. So
It's hilarious. I'll find it for you. I'll send it to you. Um, okay. So
this show has given us so much, really, is all we're trying to say. Thank you
I,
for the new additions to our lexicon.
yeah,
Like my anal so clean.
my anal so clean, muy confuso. Okay. I had a really great like meme that I made of that myself, but where is it? I don't know.
Oh,
I could probably do it again. So, okay. So he tells the thing about the dad, and he says, um, I don't want to do this because I saw how bad it was for the family. I only want you. So in her talking head, she says, I was very surprised to hear this. I thought that was an old way of doing things. I didn't know it still existed. But she's like, I do worry. Adnan's only 22 and he could change his mind, which is the first smart thing she's ever said.
seriously.
Yeah,
But also,
really.
she seemed to have done like some sort of Googling, but it gave her misinformation.
Right. That said that this was outlawed, but no, we see it all the time.
I mean, I think that people have said like that part, there are parts of Jordan that are very progressive and not,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He seems to be more conservative and more like
Mhm.
patriarchal, but there are people who have second wives. Yeah, that's still happening. I
Well,
don't know
just like
where she
Nicole
got.
and Mahmoud met that other woman that was Egyptian that was from a much more progressive area. And Nicole's like, I could live here if we could live like that, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So then he says, look, stop thinking the bad, only think the good. Just start thinking, and we are going to make the baby. The end. Pass your baklava. So,
Maybe he read like The Secret, the Oprah,
mm,
like
mhm,
he's manifesting.
that's right. I think that's, yeah, good. Good for him. I doubt that's true. He doesn't look like a book learner to me.
No, but
Um, so it's time to leave for Turkey the next day. And she again has on her very cozy traveling outfit, which I really appreciate.
Mhm.
This is the way to travel, everybody.
And Niles figured it out.
Yeah, exactly. No jeans, no heels, no makeup. She's got that big thing that she can use as a blanket. She's got the
Mhm.
Uggs. Anyway, she's going to be in first class. She doesn't need all that because they'll provide it all for her because she's
Yeah.
going international, but still. Okay. So in the car, she says, I can't wait till we're together all the time, baby. Not all this back and forth. And the talking head, she says they put a lot of effort into making a baby on this trip. Like she flew exactly when she knew it was her right time in her cycle and everything. So they hug in the airport. He says, I'm with you forever. I love you. And she says, I know, baby. Bye. So as she walks off, he actually cries as she leaves.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I think he loves the version of her that
Mhm.
he thinks he has created,
Mhm. Mhm.
that she
Mm.
will be. The
Mm.
idea of this, like, doll that he has in his head,
Mhm.
he loves,
Yeah, but
but she's very annoying when she has ideas of her own.
she's gonna be very annoying in Texas when she's allowed to wear what she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, the world didn't even get to see me in some of these outfits. So so the talking head, he says, "I don't wanna show her that, I'm crying, but it's so hard when she's traveling, and when she leaves, everything stops until she comes back." Okay, so now we're in Frisco. Okay, question. She's in obviously some sort of high-rise fancy apartment. There are boxes and crap everywhere. So do we think what do we think? She's in the middle of moving. She's definitely not moving her 2 young kids to this, like, high-rise when they probably had a house with a yard and everything. I think probably the kids stay in the family home and the parents rotate in and out. That's sort of a new way of doing things.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Fergie and Prince What's His Face.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a
I
situation like that on Potomac. My old neighbors did that. They each just got their own place, and then they rotated in and out of the family
If you
home.
can afford it, I think that's a great idea for the kids.
If you can afford it. So, okay. So she's like, "I had
Or
some."
does the dad but does so the dad does have some custody of the kids. We just
I
don't know much about this
I mean,
situation.
we've only seen his picture, and that's all we needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ooh, somebody needs to get a copy of that, divorce decree.
Yeah, find out the
Mhm,
dirt. I bet it's
mhm.
bad.
Frisco, Texas, everybody, look it up.
Yeah.
So she says she had some lower abdominal pressure, but it's might be too early, but so she's gonna take a test, and she was like, "It's also been, like, a long time since I was pregnant," so she takes a test. As I said, her place is full of U-Haul boxes and Squishmallows on the bed, so I don't know if this is where
Hmm.
she lives part-time and her kids gave her these Squishmallows or that they all whatever, anyway, confusing, but we'll find out at the reunion, probably not. So, we get a very
Sean never asked the questions we wanna know,
uh-uh.
which is, like, the really dumb technical questions.
Do you live in that apartment? I mean, obviously, she was moving into that apartment because there's boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
We get a super close up of her giant lashes when she's, like, doing herself doing this pregnancy test, and when I tell you, they look like, those big, fat, hairy tarantulas,
Tarantulas?
like, right
Ugh.
on the screen like this, like, aren't my nails
No.
cute, by the way?
Yeah, very cute, but
Yeah.
ugh, I just
Yeah,
got
but just, like,
I have literally goosebumps all over. I hate spiders so
it was
much, even
they
just
were
saying spiders.
it was so close up in her eye, and, the test says it's positive, it says yes. And he calls, but she goes, "I don't wanna answer because, like, I don't wanna have to tell him on the phone. So I've gotta see, like, when I can go there immediately." So you're not gonna tell him until you see him in person?
You're just gonna go right back? Where are your children, ma'am?
Where are the children?
I don't understand.
But, she really honestly, if is planning on getting pregnant, really has to think about a lot of things. For people that have this much maintenance on themselves, you have to let your hair go natural. I mean, there are some hair dyes you can get while you're pregnant, but not to that color.
Oh, wow.
She would probably need to get that color stripped out, let it go
I didn't know that.
natural. Yeah. Um, and then she's gonna have to, take a
Can you
little
still do injections and
I
stuff?
don't think you're supposed to do injections when you're pregnant. I
Well, her
really
face
don't.
is gonna completely change then.
I know, especially if she's doing it every 6 months. She's gonna be 3 months too late on those
Yeah,
injections. So,
I think she's doing things more than that.
yeah, yeah,
Those lips.
yeah, well, those can stay that way for, like, a year, but,
Yeah.
um,
But
so
your
the
whole
talk
body the whole body is gonna change.
I know. She needs to think about it. So, in her talking head, she says, "I hope his visa gets approved soon, because how will I do it alone?" And then she's like, "I mean, it's been so long since I had a baby. I'll have to get, like, a new stroller, and could I fit another car seat in, like, my Lamborghini? I might have to get a new car."
So,
Yeah.
she said
You need
I
more than a stroller. You need more than a stroller.
when she said another car seat, her kids are not still in car seats, right? Aren't they?
I felt like they were, like, 7 and 4, 8 and
Oh, so
5,
they are
something like
very
that.
young still.
I thought they were pretty young. Yeah.
So she does need like multiple. She needs like an actual multi-stroller thing.
Well, only if you're going to like Disney World or something. Otherwise,
Okay.
that 5-year-old's not getting in a stroller for nothing.
That makes
But then
sense.
again, if the kids are like 12 and 10, then I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm very concerned. I just am so concerned. Like, has he ever met them on video chat? Do they know that they have a new daddy that's coming? Like, I don't.
Maybe they have a new mommy. Maybe the dad found a new wife.
Yeah.
We don't know
We don't know
anything.
anything. Yeah.
But I did see a post that she
But I
did,
respect that she's keeping the kids out of it. Like, 100% I respect that she's not filming the kids.
I feel like she told us on the first episode her kids were 8 and 6, 12 and something.
Mhm.
And then we saw pictures of them, but with their faces blurred out. I have to go back and look. But did you see that she had a whole post that people found? It was all about her. She did like van life for a month with her kids. They like traveled and did van life. Yeah. Her
My
and the kids.
girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tigerlily. I love her. I
Crazy?
can't see her pooping in a composting toilet or something.
You know that
squad. What if she did van life and then Chaz and what's his name, the glam squad, were trailing behind in like a trailer? So they could do her glam every
What if they
day at
followed behind in the Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Did you talk last time you talked to Amy Archer? Did you talk to her about how her husband is fully starting a van life business?
I know. I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
She's living my dream and she's like cranky about it. Yeah. And I heard your conversation with her about power stations, like portable power banks. And I was like, I know all about portable power
the little generator and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep saying we're going to get one. And guess what? The power's going to go out again.
You got to get one. I just ordered one on Amazon like last month in a panic.
They're like $600 or something.
No, I got a very cheap one. And it was like on Black Friday sale.
Yeah. I told Dave, I was like, we have to get one.
But you need a bigger one because you have 4 people.
Well, it would really just be for like charging phones, or if we were all in the basement to like plug in like a little portable, like, some fans.
Yeah.
Or heater,
Get one with the solar power too. It comes with the solar panels and then you can charge it like that if you ever needed to.
Yeah. My husband's not doing anything with the solar panel.
No, you just like unfold it, set it on your patio.
Okay. I won't tell him.
Wow. Oh, because of I understand.
Yeah. He's also a nuclear energy guy.
Yeah.
And so he goes, guess what happens when it's cloudy and it rains? No power. Guess what happens when the wind doesn't blow? No power. Yeah. I know that's not true. Don't come at me. That's just, these are his energy jokes. They're hilarious. He also hates Elon Musk. So,
so good. We're all good.
So we're all good. Don't come at me. Okay. Let's go to Joe and Magdana. That's you, girl. I get a break.
So in their new hero shot, she's walking away and he pulls her back and kisses her. And I was like, that girl is never walking away from him. It should be like her clinging to his leg as he's trying to walk away. That should be the hero shot.
That would be so funny if he was like walking into the frame and you see her like dragging down the street behind him. Yeah.
So they go to pick out flowers for her mom. And I did not understand what this little devil thing was that was supposed to go on top of the flowers. And it said like devil, not woman.
I didn't understand. I didn't study it.
Okay. I was
happy for my hands to have a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So then they go to a bakery to pick out dessert. He really wants to make a good impression on the mom. I say pronounce the daughter's name correctly will be the first step of having a good impression on the mom.
Yep.
So he's hoping to win some pierogi points. That's his new joke that he makes several times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he thinks parents generally like him. He's charming. I think I could see moms falling for his charm.
Yes.
I can't see as many dads of girls he's dating falling for his charms.
I think he would adjust his charm to suit the crowd.
That makes sense. Maybe he is a good realtor because you kind of had to do that.
Yeah. Don't you think he would though? Around a guy, he'd become real bro-like.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. So he also seems like a guy who would date MILFs. So I could see him like flirting with moms a lot and women who want to buy houses from him. And like,
You're
I
just
could
getting
see
that
him.
from the other Joey from MILF Manor that was from New Jersey from this past season.
So maybe that's why I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah. Because they look a lot alike, actually.
There we go. So they go pick up the mom and he's totally kissing up like, you look so beautiful.
You can be sisters.
Yeah, exactly. He's wearing shorts also, but I think it was like a casual lunch, so I wasn't too mad at it. But I was kind of like, oh,
I don't mind shorts if it's hot.
Yeah, if it seemed fine. At first I was gonna judge him for it, and then I was like, no, I think it's fine. So the mom
First I was gonna be judgy.
I want to judge. Like my first instinct is to judge, and then I'm disappointed when I have to erase my note that's judging and go, oh, I guess that was okay.
I got it.
So the mom is cold fish. The mom hates him. And the mom is like Ingrid's mom. And
not my friend Ingrid.
No, Ingrid and Brian. And so he gives her the flowers and she's like, thanks.
She's like, I know it. She's like, I know what you did last summer.
I know she does. So she's like, she hates Joey already because the cheating that wasn't really cheating. And so he's trying. God bless him. He's like pulling out his phone translator and trying to talk to her. And she just is like not responding or just being like, And so finally, after lots of awkward silence, she's like, how do you feel about my daughter, whose name is Magda? How do you feel about
Magdalene? Magdalene is her name, so it's Magda. Yeah.
So he's like, she's very beautiful and strong, and I think if I hurt her, she will kill me. And he thinks that's like very funny, and he's being very charming. And the mom is like, cute,
and also true.
I've seen it happen. You think she worked at the prison? What if she wasn't really a prison guard? She was like in prison.
What if she was doing like
someone's bunny?
Community service for her misdeeds, and she had to serve time at the prison community service to show where she could end up if she didn't clean up her act.
Exactly. It was like if you keep letting your dog bite people's penises. So it's like a scared straight program. So the food arrived. It looked so good. And
what was on his plate? Was it pierogies? I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell. I thought someone had like a pizza or pasta or something. It just looked really delicious. I don't know. It looked cheesy and they were actually eating it, because a lot of times in these scenes, it drives me crazy. And I know it drives you crazy too, when they just like have these serious conversations and the food just sitting there.
Yeah. It's like on Beverly Hills. They always order the most amazing sounding food and then nobody eats it.
Yeah. I hate that. So I bet like as soon as the cameras go off, then they're like,
no, not on Beverly Hills. Nobody eats.
They don't eat.
But like on Jersey, they eat.
Yeah.
They always eat. And that's what we always love about Real Housewives in Jersey. They're shoveling it in. I'm like, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah. Good Italian food and stuff. Absolutely. So they like right as like Joey's taking a bite, the mom is like, tell him how upset I am about what happened. And so she has to translate. And Joey is like, half bite in his mouth. Why did you tell her that? Like, why did you tell her that I cheated and it wasn't even cheating? And Magdana is like, she's my best friend. I tell her everything. Like, here's the thing. I don't care that she told her mom. It was not the best decision, but this is what happens in all relationships is you bitch to your friends or whatever. And then the friends can't get over it and then hate the person, even though you've moved on.
Yeah.
The problem is, why did she not give Joey a heads up that the mom knew? Because for the last half hour, she's been just like grimacing at him and he has no idea why she hates him. Give him a heads up.
Also, did she tell her mom the whole story, that they had not said that they were exclusive at that point?
Okay. Absolutely. She did not. No. So he apologizes as he's continuing to eat the delicious food. I've never liked him more because I was impressed. I can't have serious conversations with the food. Like it ruins my appetite. But at least he kept eating. Like and he wasn't letting that food go to waste. He wasn't letting it get cold. He was still shoveling it in as he's apologizing to her.
Yeah, and he's shoveling it, typing into the translator, looking at her like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. He's like, tell her I'm so sorry about what happened, and I love you so much. This is really good. Does she understand? Does she forgive me? It was so funny.
Pass the butter.
Yeah, exactly. And so he apologizes. The mom is like, okay, but what if you get bored with her and cheat again? And then he apologizes again. It's all word salad. It's very like, I love her and I respect her and happy life, happy wife.
And we were not dating, and
as
she was wearing a ring doesn't mean I gave it to her.
Well, that's what he should say, but instead he's just going love, respect, and man, woman, and happiness, and love, and
he probably thought, I don't want to get into we were on a break, we were dating the whole. I don't want to explain it because it's none of her business. I just want to get out of this conversation.
And also, Magda doesn't see it that way, so she'll start arguing with him, and then they'll start arguing, and she'll flip a table or something, or stab him with a fork. So he is apologizing, just word salad, and the mom says, okay. So she's starting to soften, and she's like, what will life be like for you guys in Miami? Because she wants to move there. And he's like, I like pierogies. I might want to move here. And they laugh like it's the funniest thing ever said. They're all cracking up.
He lives in West Palm Beach, Mom. Don't get your hopes up for a Miami lifestyle. It's not happening for you.
Not happening. Why were they laughing so hard? Like, that was the funniest joke ever.
It's the first time the mom has heard it. Magda's heard it. Magda's heard it 6 times today. She's like, oh my God. Yeah.
So funny. And he goes, no, seriously, we'll have a great life in Florida. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to have cats and dogs. And, it was all filler, no substance. It's just words. It means nothing. But the mom is super charmed by him. And she's like, okay, no, Joey.
Told you.
So, well, I hope you take care of each other and stay safe. And he says, I'm worried about my safety, and my penis. And the mom is like, oh, because my daughter's insane and like, we'll boil your bunny. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Joey, you're so funny.
Crazy. Yeah.
It's like Loren is trying to marry the moms to stay in Thailand. This guy could marry any mom he wants to.
Yeah. And do we know if she's an only child? I can't remember.
She gives off only child energy. And I mean that with no disrespect to any only children who are listening.
No, I know she does. And somebody did also write us to tell us about that whole disconnecting yourself from your parent. And it is a whole thing about like the children are assumed to give the parents money. It's like legally. So she had to disconnect herself from her parent, the dad, to legally not be bound to help him pay for his life in retirement or whatever.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody
in Poland?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Googling it, and someone asked, is there a case of parents or children being made to give their parents money? And someone said there are cases in Poland where parents have actually taken their children to court in order to get financial support from them. So while it's not normally officially legally compulsory, that's a lot of words, to help your parents, if a parent has it in mind to get money out of a child, the whole case may end up in court.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it must be that kind of thing where he was, and maybe we will find this out at the reunion, because this would be something that was brought up on the show that we didn't get an answer for. Tigerlily's boxes, we don't care. I mean, we do, but Sean Robinson hasn't watched it, so she definitely doesn't care.
No, she doesn't care. So, well, whatever Magdana had to do to get away from her dad, because he sounds bad. Good for her. Yes. Okay, so then they go to the park, just Magdana and Joey, to play volleyball, because volleyball is her passion in life. She is semi-pro?
She's the Bozo of Poland.
Okay, so she's trying to coach him, and he sucks. And we get a montage of him sucking, cue Benny Hill music, because it was fun with lots of fumbling. He's not good. Sorry. He's not good. I don't know if he's athletic or just this is not his sport. Also, people on Reddit are obsessed with his body, like analyzing his body
because his
because
shoulders are weird.
his shoulders, he has a lack of a neck. They think he's like going to be like Big Ed, but
No.
then he has a medical condition. But his shoulders and his posture, and lack of muscle tone in his arms. Like
He's very thin and doesn't work out, and he has very wide shoulders, which makes it look like he has a short neck. I think if he worked out a lot, it would be worse because his neck would really look short. But
oh yeah,
I've always noticed his big shoulders, and that's just hereditary. I have a friend here who the mom is shaped like that. She has very wide
I
shoulders,
have wide shoulders too. I
and
hate
then
it.
the kids are all shaped like the sons are shaped like that too. Very similar, like with a short neck
Mhm,
and wide shoulders. Yeah.
mhm.
So
Well,
no,
Joey
he
loves
doesn't
the
have a
tank
medical
top.
condition. You assholes. That's
They
just
are
what he looks
they are
like.
1000%. I've seen them talking about degenerative neck issues and
Oh,
like they think he has scoliosis. They are like analyzing him to death. It's
I bet he was
messed up.
checked as a child,
I'm
as we
sure
all
he's
are.
fine. He
Lean
does love to
forward.
wear a tank top. But so
Yeah.
and he's bad at volleyball. That's
Yep.
what we can say.
Okay.
So they start talking about, oh, like, do you play with guys? And because he's still a little jealous, like, do you play with guys? And she's like,
Mhm.
yeah, some guys, but like, it gets really competitive. And so he's like, okay, so like, would you play with guys that you dated? And she's like, no, I never would date guys that I was playing volleyball with. Like, you keep those worlds separate.
Yeah.
And also, like, I have a terrible relationship with all my exes. In like, for example, the guy whose penis got bit off by my dog, just for example.
Yeah.
So I do not play volleyball with my exes.
For
And
example, a veil.
for the Iraq and such as my penis got bit off
Uh,
by my
I can't
dog.
I can't wait to
Um,
send you that John Hill song. Yeah.
Thank you. I
Mhm.
love it. So she's like, no, but I don't even believe you can be friends. I was like, what? Where is this conversation going? Why are they including this boring conversation? And then we get to the
Mhm.
gist of it. Is she goes, I don't think you can be friends with your exes. And then we go back to this boring secret that he has that he's still holding on to, which is that Lady Jill, who was being sultry in her bikini, that he used to date, but he's also been longtime friends with for many years. And she was posing for the cameras, and she and that other
Yes.
girl, and
Mhm.
they got their 5 minutes in, and he is like, should I tell her, should I not tell her? And he had decided not to tell her, but now it seems that she feels very strongly about this issue, and so now he might have to reveal this new secret.
Mhm. If he would have never brought it up on camera,
Yeah,
it would
no
never
one
have
would
to be
know.
discussed
Yeah,
ever,
he didn't. Yeah.
ever. Get circle of trust with the friends.
They should have discussed it maybe before they filmed, because I think it was one of the friends that brought it up. Like
Yeah, and just be a circle of trust. We're never gonna bring this up. Like,
uh-huh,
she will take it for something that it's not,
uh-huh.
and she is, 14 years old and
Yeah.
doesn't have a fully formed brain, so,
Uh,
you know,
and
no
she has
need to bring it up.
bunny boiler energy, so we're not gonna do that. But he also needs the plot lines. So he needs
True.
and nothing TLC loves more. They love a secret at the beginning, but they also love a secret that pops up towards the end.
Mhm.
Multiple layers of secrets like onions. So
Yes.
they
Yes.
love this storyline.
Yeah, and I
I
hate when
am
they
sick
do
of it.
that. I hate when they do that too. I have to bring up my record scratch every time.
I know.
Okay, so you know what would be helpful, StreamYard? StreamYard, it would be helpful. Hear my prayers. If you put my buttons across the top, so when I wanted to play one of my sound effects, it would be right there on the top because Squadcast had that. They were at the top.
Mhm.
I heard Squadcast just all of a sudden like disappeared and like went out of business, went under, and everybody
Oh,
that had their stuff there was like, "Excuse me, I went to log in to do my podcast, and Squadcast is gone."
I hope that's not where we have some of our old stuff that I
Now,
was supposed to download.
I
No,
could
I
be
think
I
it's
could be
Squad.
making that up, but I think it was Squadcast. It was a platform that we have
You're
used in the past.
reminding me of something that I've had on my list to do forever, so thank you. I
Check
really
in with
appreciate that
Squadcast.
so much.
We currently use StreamYard. StreamYard, we love you. Put the buttons at the top. Okay.
Yeah.
Sunny and Veah. I did it again. I almost said Sunny and Durban. Okay. Sunny and Veah.
I don't know why we had a discussion off camera about this, why you don't seem to think her face looks so different in her talking heads.
I think it's lighting and makeup and less eyelashes. And she may have gotten, because she has very deep nasal labial folds, whatever they're called right there.
Okay.
And it's probably the wrong word, but they're very, very deep. And some people get it really, I mean, I've got deep problems elsewhere, but that's her kind of,
Yeah.
Hers are very deep. And so I don't know if she got a little filler there, but it's not as deep. So then it doesn't make, because she has a long nose and a tiny chin. And so I think that and the giant lashes, I think it's a lot. So I think when she does a more toned down, softer makeup look, she looks closer to her age and not so, what did he call her? He basically called her like tired and fat.
Yeah.
The dad. She's
healthy.
not
Healthy.
Healthy.
One of your listeners said
she couldn't be more perfect in her bod, in my opinion, you know.
So that was one of your listeners said she's like the girl on Seinfeld that is like two-faced, and like when they go in the booth, she looks amazing, and then outside of the booth, she looks terrible. So she really is one of those girls. She needs like a ring light on her all the time.
Yeah,
same girl.
Okay. So they're going on a little vacation to another town to celebrate their 1-year anniversary. All these two do is giggle. You know, he's 25 and she's 27, but they really are like, we are 17 years old that just got away with something.
Yeah.
We escaped our parents. They don't know where we are. You know, all they do is giggle. So
I mean, she deserves some joy. Give it to her.
But I'm team Veah all the way.
This poor girl.
Yeah. So, and I love on Pillow Talk, they are just railing on Sunny's eyebrow and Sunny's dad's eyebrows.
Good.
And did you see Ashley and her mother talking about Sunny's dad? Oh my God, you've got to go back and watch the Pillow Talk
they're on my DVR. I never miss a Pillow Talk. Sometimes it just saves them up.
Ashley and her mom talking about Sunny's dad and being such a jerk. Like, oh, basically like, you look so tired. You look so old and you have to be a Muslim. And I don't like your tattoos. Tattoos are wrong and all that. And they're like, okay, we were going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but now we're going to say it. Excuse me, sir, your forehead is half of your body. And let me tell you what, why don't you shave those eyebrows? And they go off on his appearance.
I love it.
Like, you are not a short king. We don't know who you are to talk to her like that. I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's amazing. Rico Suave is there the whole time. It's really great.
I love it.
Please, Manuel, please.
Learn English because we want you on Pillow Talk.
We need it.
I want the three of them on the couch. Mom, Ashley, Manuel.
I'd like Manuel to be right in the middle going, huh? Back and forth. Oh, why are you crazy? Okay. So they giggle a lot. So she is trying to pack her suitcase, which just in fact was throw everything on the floor into the bag and then try to shut it is what she's doing. And she's like, babe, I need your strong arms over here. Can you come and help me? And he's like, okay. Giggle, all they do is giggle. So they're in the car, they're driving. And she's like, everything here is so green and so beautiful. And they were showing it. And it is like, wow, like beautiful.
Yeah.
And she says, we just need to like put all this negativity behind us and focus on our relationship and like no more drama. And he says, yes. And the talking head, she says, I wonder if it's just his dad or is it Ali or does Sunny want me to convert? Because he's never said that to me. And we've talked about it. Because he's a liar.
He's an effing liar.
So I have some friends, by the way, going to South Africa and they are going to Durban and they're leaving in a few days. So I can't wait to see if they're going to the Drakensberg Sun Resort.
I would like them to go on that safari and pee behind a bush. I would like them to go to that market and try to pay with Apple Pay.
Yeah.
I would go on like, instead of going to places and doing the actual sightseeing, I would do the 90-day Fiance tour and go to just like, where did Kimberly throw that smoothie in Usman's face? Like, I want to go there.
That looked like a nice resort. Yeah. I'm going to ask her actually, because she was saying about going on her trip. She was saying, they're going to, they're going to Johannesburg, and then they're doing a safari, they're doing all the things, and they're going to Durban. And she said, my understanding is, make sure you take no cash, like everything is a credit card, because you don't have anything on you. Because if your credit card gets stolen, that's easy to stop. And just get another one, have another one, or your spouse has one, or somebody you're traveling with has one. But I was like, no, I think that's wrong. I think you definitely need to have cash
for the markets
and to tip people and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
some cash.
I'm going to see her Christmas Eve. I believe they leave on Christmas Day, and I'm going to give her my hot 90-day tips that she didn't ask for.
Mm-hmm.
I did tell her, sex trafficking, my boy. You need to be careful, my boy, because of the cycling of the power, and it's very dangerous. She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Nobody's trying to sex traffic me. I was like, you do have 2 beautiful daughters. So
it's not about you anymore.
It's not about you. Yeah. She's like, nobody's looking at this. I was like,
yeah.
It's funny. So, sex trafficking. It's funny. Okay. So
it's horrible. Merry Christmas.
Guys, Merry Christmas. So they arrive at this resort, which is gorgeous. And then I went and looked it up online, and it is gorgeous. It is really, really pretty. It is a 4-star hotel, according to them. So, the bed is beautiful. They've got the rose petals on it, as we do on the show. Mm-hmm. They've got champagne. They've got like fruits and stuff welcoming them. And she goes, oh, this bed is so cute. Do you think we're going to leave it like this? He goes, we could leave it like this, or we could mess it up. And she goes, oh my God. Yeah. And then they drink champagne. And then she goes, all I want, Sonny, is just a really cute life with you. And he goes, okay, let's mess up the bed. And she goes, okay. So she goes to the bathroom. Now, and the talking head, he says, look, I'm happy we're having such a great time here and being romantic, but I feel a little guilty because I need to talk to her about converting. It's important to me to have a Muslim wife. Muslim women are good wives. I've seen it. They're respectful to their husband. They listen to their husband. They're loyal to their husband. And we could raise our kids in the same religion. I know we need to have the conversation, but, I don't want to ruin my night tonight. But if she refuses to convert, then we can't go any further. So I'll just let her know tomorrow after we have sex all night.
I am so glad you said that, because
piece of shit.
I'm so over this lying. You lied to get her to come there. And after the trauma, you knew this girl has been through so much trauma, including religious trauma. You're lying to her again. And you slept with her knowing that you have this secret that would change everything.
And he's a hypocrite. He's not allowed to have premarital sex.
Totally. To me, is this overreacting? If you sleep with someone knowing that you have a secret that would make them not want to sleep with you, and so you don't tell them, that's like assaulty to me. That's like, there was this SVU where this guy
pretenses for sure.
Right? Like there was this guy who was pretending on pretending to be like the head of some big college, and he was promising these moms that he could get the kids in and they would sleep with him. And he was the janitor, like he was not the president of this admissions or whatever. So they sued him for like assault, like sexual assault, because it was like false pretenses.
It was coercion for sure.
Some sort of, they charged him with something. Olivia Benson was on top of it.
Okay. All right.
And I'm not saying that Sonny needs to be charged with assault, but I'm saying if you keep these secrets that would make someone break up with you and you keep them and sleep with them.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Well, it's like she told him about Rory before they slept together, because she was like, I know he's going to be mad, so I want to go ahead and put it out there now, because then it may be over. Yeah.
She waited to sleep with him until it was all out in the open. Yes.
Like Joe and Magdana, he's never getting laid.
No.
Not once he tells that secret. Nope. So, now what if next episode she says, okay, now she's ready. And then he's like, I think I'll tell her about Jill tomorrow.
Then I'm going to be pissed at Joey, and I'm already pissed at Joey. So come on, Joey. I'm pissed at all these people.
So now she comes out in lingerie and they get busy. And the next morning they're walking out. She's like, I can't believe
What's on her leg, by the way? What tattoo is that?
I don't know if that's the one that she was talking about. That's like a tree of life with her whole family. Where she said that she had that with her brothers.
For her brother, yeah.
But she makes a point to show it. So maybe it is.
Because she did say to the dad, Sonny likes my tattoos.
Yeah, because she was showing it to him. By the way, you saw how big that tattoo is on her leg?
Yeah.
That's how big my daughter's tattoos are, all over her one leg.
Wow.
Yeah. Super colorful, though. Did you see the latest episode of Love During Lockup?
No.
Okay. Well, there's Hunter and Kate. And then as we saw, there's a new girl that's coming in as like a Hunter's other girlfriend or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Kaylee. Speaking of a catfish, when you see her tattoos on her leg and stuff, that's almost identical to what my daughter's looks like. These huge, colorful tattoos.
I'm fine with it. I don't have any tattoos, but I'm used to not like them, but now they're growing on me.
Yeah.
I'm
Amy
not
Archer.
crazy about face tattoos or neck tattoos still.
No, I still can't get there either. And Veah does have a neck tattoo, but she never talks about it or mentions it. And I feel like it was something traumatic that had her get that neck tattoo. I do.
Yeah. Is it on
Yeah.
the back?
No, it's right here. It's on the
Oh,
side.
on the side. What is it's
It
small.
looks like words, you know.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, okay, the next morning, so they're looking at the beautiful view. She was like, Durban was such a beautiful view, but now this is such a different beautiful view. Oh my God, there's monkeys, monkeys. Okay, come here, monkey. And she loves monkeys. And he says, I love being here with you. It's so quiet. It's nice to get out of the city. We're here in the quiet and we're making love here and looking at the mountains. She's like, I know, Sonny, it's so great. Everything's so beautiful. I love you so much. I hope you don't have any secrets. So they're walking around the resort and then they go to see this African Zulu dancing show. He reminds us he's originally from Bangladesh, so he doesn't know anything about this, African culture, the Zulu dancing. They both think it's really cool. Some of those dancers look like they were 12 and some look like they were 50.
I love that.
I was really into it. So they both think it's super cool. They both get pulled up to dance and then they're talking head. She's like, I didn't know Sonny was so like shy about dancing. And he's like, oh yeah, but she was like shaking her bum for me. And I liked it when she turned around and she goes, I know he's so dirty. He said, you should do that in the bed tonight. And he's like, oh, do you want to go right now into the toilet?
I died.
I was like, no, that's only Ashley and Manuel get to bang in the bathroom.
Only they can do it in the Cafe Rio or whatever that why do I keep bringing up that
it's like Cafe Nitrous or Nitro or something. It was something about like
Fuego?
Huh?
Fuego? No, that's
maybe
not right.
It was something like fire or fast.
They are so mad. They don't want us to keep bringing it up. Well, that would be part of my 90-day fiance tour. Would be like, can I go to the bathroom where Ashley and Manuel banged and sanitize it?
So that's when he says, you want to go in the toilet? And, she goes, oh my God, Sonny, you're so dirty.
Again, this is the man who wants her to convert.
Because she's a dirty, dirty whore.
Yeah.
So now they go out to this nice dinner. It seems at the hotel. She's wearing an interesting ripped jacket. It reminded me of Jen's boyfriend, Ryan, on Real Housewives of OC. He's always wearing a ripped jacket with like some spray paint on it.
I think that's back in. That's like from the 90s.
I guess. It's not for me. So he says.
I did that once and never again.
No. He says, so how do you feel about our future? And she goes, Sonny, I see us together living in the middle of nowhere with a couple of kids and some animals and some cats and dogs. Just a cute little life and a swing. And he says,
a swing? Did she say a swing?
She said, and a swing. A cute little life, dogs, animals, middle of nowhere, and a swing. Specific.
Okay. Very specific.
So he says, I want to tell you, I've not been clear with you. And I've been patient.
I lied. Don't sugarcoat this.
I haven't been clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I've been patient because I wanted us to get to know each other better. And we have feelings for each other truly and deeply. And you know that I'm Muslim and my religion is very important to me. And in our religion, it says that if you are with a woman who is not Muslim, that person has to become Muslim. So if we're together, you have to become Muslim. You have to. And she just looks at him and she goes, no, I'm not going to do that. And he says, if you don't accept my religion, then I can't be with you. And that's the truth. I'm sorry. And she says, well, I do accept your religion, but I don't want to be your religion.
Yeah.
So I'm confused because I think you feel pressure from outsiders like Ali and your dad because you should have told me this before.
Yeah.
And he says, I thought people can be changed with love in time. And Ali is right in what he said. And my dad is right in what he said. And this is who I am. I'm so mad. I'm so mad about this.
I can't believe how calm she's being. I would have punched him in the face. Like he told her the opposite.
Yeah. Let me watch you shower. I'm not very religious. I go out drinking with my friends. I don't really care.
And he specifically said you don't need to become Muslim, like before she came. So he's a lying liar. Now I kind of feel bad for him because like he was raised in this, that he believes that he has to do this, and his dad put so much pressure on him.
Yeah.
Like, and it kind of makes these guys into liars because they're told like, well, no, she'll grow to do it. She'll grow to love. Just like, don't, and like, Tigerlily and Adnan, he's like telling her things slowly. Which is another way of lying. But they're like taught to do this, and not all men in this religion, but like these two men specifically, but like, so I kind of feel bad for him, but he's also a liar, and like she's been through so much. This is just like infuriating to me.
It's like he's using her for sex.
100%.
Yeah. I'd like to know this other girlfriend that he had before, that he had this one other girlfriend before. Was she a Muslim woman and they did not have sex? And that's why he was so excited to find this girl that would have sex with him. You know, I don't know. And so she says,
also, essentially, Veah has been forced into a religion, or like as a child, and tricked into it. Like she was put in a safe place, and then they forced her into this, and that's what he's doing. It's just so, oh god,
it's so bad. It's so bad. So she says, look, I would understand if you followed your religion like 110, but strict Muslims are not going to have sex before marriage. So you are conflicted.
Good for you for pointing out the hypocrisy.
And he says, I'm 100% with my religion, but I'm still young and I mess up and I'm human and I make mistakes and I go back to Allah and I ask for forgiveness. Oh, so you've been doing that for 1 year? For 1 year, you've been making a mistake every day and asking Allah for forgiveness every day and then making the same mistake the next day?
Yeah, no, he's not trying at all. He has not put any forth, like, we are going to not sleep together because that's a sin, and then he messes up. That's a mess up. He's never tried to not do any of this stuff.
No.
And then he just thinks he can just pray for forgiveness after.
He's drinking on camera.
Yom Kippur every day, which is our holiday where we ask for forgiveness, and then you're forgiven.
Yeah, but I mean, he's drinking on camera.
Do whatever you want.
Having sex on camera.
Yeah.
People, so if they want to, they can see it. You know?
Yes. And if you can do those, why can't you just not have a Muslim life and just pray for forgiveness about that? Because your family wouldn't allow it.
Family. Yeah. The family would overlook the rumspringa of him drinking and having sex, but they're not gonna forgive this. So I can do anything for love, but I can't do that. So she says, so why is your religion more important than mine? Because I'm not going to change. I'm not going to cover my hair. I've done that before. And he says, well, those people didn't have the right to ask you to do that. And she goes, you're asking me to do that.
Yeah.
What? He's so stupid.
Yeah. So, also, the dad said, like, I respect all religions. But my religion is better, and you have to come to my religion. That's what it is.
Tattoos are bad.
Tattoos are bad. Like, so I'm saying I respect all religions, but mine is more important.
Right.
And
so she says, so is there ever a place where we could have separate religions and a successful relationship? And he says, Veah, I'll start this again to you, which is so condescending.
He talks so down to her.
And she goes, I feel like you're giving me an ultimatum.
I thought it was ultimative. That's what I heard.
Either way, wrong word.
Yeah. But good, still for her. Good for her.
Good point. Good. It's a great point.
I
feel like you're giving me an ultimatum and forcing your religion on me. And he says, well, once you go to my religion, you will believe and you will find so much peace. I can't tell you how much peace you'll find, but it doesn't have to be right away. It could be 1 month or 3 months, while you're doing that tattoo removal. Remember, you got to do that too. But if you're never going to do it, I can't be with you. And she goes, well, Sonny, that's going to break our relationship because I'm not becoming fucking Muslim. And I was like, yes, girl. Yes,
good
girl.
For her. And there's nothing wrong for wanting to convert to like a religion if you want to.
If you want to.
She has been lied to so that she would come there and sleep with him.
Yeah. So in the talking head, he says he feels like she's being a selfish. Once again, she's being a selfish. And he says he's risking a lot to be with her.
He's being a selfish.
She's being a selfish.
Sir, pot, meat kettle.
He's risking a lot to be with her because she's not Muslim. Well, that's your choice. You've been dating her for a year.
Yeah.
Not a week.
But also, again, like, I do know the pressure he's under. Like, we've seen it in a lot of religions. Like, we saw it with with Jenny and what's his face?
Submit.
Like
Sumi.
Submit, like the family pressure he was under, if that is like even a fraction of what Sunny is under.
And look how happy those people are now. They're all happy now.
Yeah.
They're all happy now.
And she didn't have to do anything.
She didn't have to become a Hare Krishna. That was good.
Yeah. Was it Hare Krishna? Was that what it was? Yeah.
She was trying to become Hare
I couldn't think of what the religion was.
No, girl, run away. So just because it's a cult. Okay. So if he says,
was it really Hare Krishna?
That's what she was. Yeah. She went, and when she went to the thing and made the necklaces and stuff.
Oh, it was Hare Krishna at that temple. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I'm going to say, I think if you are Krishna in India, it's probably way different than being Hare Krishna in the States, where you stand on the street corner bald and try to give people flowers.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's different. One is a cult, probably, I believe, founded out of a real religion, because George Harrison of the Beatles was Hare Krishna. Okay. Side.
I'm learning so much.
So much. TLC.
Thank you, TLC.
So, okay, so he says she's being a selfish, and he's risking a lot to be with her, and she's not Muslim. And at the end of the day, he has to do what is right. She will accept it or go away. And if God wants him with her, he will be with her. But then if not, it's ruined. So this was interesting, because he walks off and she follows him. And I believe they take off their mic packs, because you hear them behind the door, and then they film them like from the ground in their room, walking back and forth, fighting, but we don't hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to break up. Okay. Let's end with Loren. God, you know, I have everything in the world here at my desk. And what I really thought I had, which is going to be perfect, was a letter opener for a prop.
Yeah.
But damn it. I don't have one.
I'm going to use my lip gloss.
I'm going to use nail file.
I don't even want to trigger anyone who's watching.
Okay. So, and I don't have a can to crush on my head. So that's actually good.
I can do it with this pink Pepto-Bismol. Yeah.
What is that really? What is it?
Starbucks pink drink that I got from the grocery store.
Okay.
Strawberry acai, like, you know, they do those like refreshers. Yeah. It's one of those in bottle form with coconut milk, and I love coconut milk.
Yum.
I'm such a basic bitch, guys.
Yeah. That's fine.
Apologies.
I'm on my second cup of coffee, and it's 5:00 in the afternoon.
Good for you.
Well, because I had a hip injection earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't allowed to have any, food or drink. So when I got up, I was like, got to have some coffee.
Oh, yeah. Did you have the anesthesia?
Yeah, they knocked me out.
Mm-hmm. And you're still recording. I would be done for the day.
9:30, home by 11, asleep till 1, hopped right up.
Wow.
Yeah. I just got to have that 2-hour nap.
This for you.
No, I should have to have that 2-hour nap. Yeah, after I get that injection.
Stop working hard for your enjoyment.
She works hard for the money. Okay, so you guys, I'm on Cameo. If you want some good singing like that, I'll.
How much you charge?
I think it's like $20. I don't know. It's something stupid. Maybe it's 30. I don't know. It's something stupid.
I love it.
Ingrid made me do it. Okay, so Loren and Faith. Okay. So these two go to see a lawyer, and he's in his best I'm 18 and a Mormon on a mission outfit.
I said it's like he's going to tell the people of Africa about Joseph Smith and gonorrhea and drag queen.
Ding dong. Yeah. I need to, you know what? I need to find Book of Mormon, the play, like in movie form, so I can watch it again. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so unbelievable. Andrew Ray, what's his name?
Yeah.
His performance at the Tonys. I've watched that 5 million times.
Yeah. Yes. Ingrid sees everything like first run, and she saw Andrew Rannells like the first Book of Mormon. Yeah. So good. And Josh Gad. Yeah.
So good.
All right.
Guy I know was in it. He was nominated for a Tony. He played the gay one that was suppressing everything.
Thought they were all gay ones that were
turn it off like a light switch. Just go click.
I've only seen it once.
Mormon trick. You got to get the soundtrack.
I know. I got to sing it in my car.
Yeah.
Like I do
with
Hamilton.
Soundtrack.
All right. So these two go see a lawyer. He's in his outfit and they're getting a tuk-tuk. And we don't know. So they got engaged yesterday. This is the next day.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say anything if they consummated because they were talking about like, will you be a top? How will we do it? And
Oh
then they like
yeah.
sexy
Mm-hmm.
time. So they don't, I guess they didn't.
They didn't. I think that's going to be tonight. Yeah.
But why?
I don't
Why not
know.
2 nights in a row? Get crazy.
Interesting. I don't know. That's a great question.
So maybe Sean Robinson will ask that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the talking head, she says, I'm so happy that he asked me to marry him and I love him. But when it comes to marriage, he does have some crazy ideas like go to Thailand or marry your mom. Like, I don't know. So when we go to the lawyer's office, we see there's a blinking Christmas tree and a disco blinking Jesus nativity scene, which I was here
Love.
for it. Yeah.
I wish there was karaoke.
Yeah.
Because
They do
I
karaoke everywhere.
learned that they love Christmas song karaoke.
They just love all karaoke in the
Okay,
Philippines.
just all karaoke, yeah.
It's a thing, yeah.
I love it.
Thailand too. So, that's where David met Annie was at karaoke.
Oh,
So,
that's
they meet with the 2 lawyers, these 2 beautiful women, and he explains the situation, and he goes, "But I researched it," because she's about to say something. He goes, "So let me tell you my theories, what I wanna do," and she's like, "Okay, I was just
he
gonna tell you."
literally does that. He goes, "I
Yeah,
know where you're paying." Who's paying for this lawyer, by the way? Um,
TLC.
and then, yeah, let me tell you what I've come up with.
Yeah,
Like he's the lawyer.
yeah, and then she just, like, puts her pen down like, "Okay, go
I
ahead.
guess you have it all figured out then.
Why are
Great.
you here?" Mhm.
Yeah.
So he says there's 2 theories about going to Thailand to get married because then he could come back and they would be married and he could get a visa. And it's also she has no visa restrictions to go from the Philippines to Thailand. So that would be number 1. And then, number 2, he can marry the mom. He doesn't give that one.
Mhm.
So they said, well, another place that she could go where you guys could get married is Taiwan. Their visa restrictions are not very much at all. It would be easy for you guys to go over to Taiwan, but then the marriage is not valid here. No matter where you go and get married, the States or wherever, when you come back here, your marriage is not valid, no matter what.
I thought they also, I could be wrong, that in Thailand you cannot have a same-sex marriage.
Yeah, she said, no law in Thailand allows same-sex marriage. And
So
he
he
goes,
was totally wrong about that.
I don't understand. I have friends that got married there.
I think he confused Taiwan and Thailand. I honestly think that's what happened because they said in Taiwan it's okay, but not in Thailand. And I think he's like, but my friend, they both start with T's.
Thailand, Taiwan.
I honestly think that's what's happened. And he thinks he's
Oh,
so smart.
wow. Wow. And then they said, you could do that. But either way, if you get, no matter where you get married and bring it back here, it will not be recognized as marriage. So you can't get a spousal visa based on that, no matter what.
Mhm.
The only way to do it, since you guys are engaged, is to bring her over to the States on a K-1 visa and then get married there. And then it'll be valid in the States. But even still, when they come back to the Philippines, he's not getting a spousal visa because it's not going to be recognized.
Mm.
He has picked the wrong country of ladyboys. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
So in her talking head, Faith says, it's great for me. She goes, I want to
Wait,
live in America
question.
anyway. Yeah.
Could they go to the United States, get married? Could she get her gender legally changed
Mm,
here?
mhm.
But I don't think that would be recognized in Thailand
You still have to get your Filipino birth
or
certificate
Philippines.
changed.
Right. And
That's
they
what
won't do that.
they base it on the birth certificate.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and maybe they would. I don't know, but I mean
I
that's
don't
years
think so.
that would be years down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Faye said this is good for her. She's always wanted to live in America. She thinks that if she lived in America, she'd be able to send some money back to her family. And in her mind, she's like, I could get a decent minimum wage or more paying job and still send half that money back to my parents, to my
Mhm.
family, and still live a good life in the United States.
Mhm.
Now, not right in Las Vegas, but they have to.
But they have
So
so many hotels in Las Vegas, and she is very experienced working
yeah,
at hotels and
great
is a
point.
very hard worker.
Great
So,
point. It speaks English.
mhm, I think she could do great.
So the lawyer says, K1's the best idea. And he goes, okay, well, Isn't there like a financial limit on that? Like, I have no money, $0. I
Did
spent my
he not
$45
seem
here.
did he not seem proud of how broke he is? Like, telling the lawyer how proud like, how broke he is?
Oh, I just think he's like, "I have no money. I've played this exactly right. So I could come here with no money, get a job, I'll never have to pay child support." I mean, I think he thinks I've played this exactly right.
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah.
By
He
the
goes,
way,
"I."
in case people did not know, he has children that
Mhm.
he does not take care of.
He has now since said that he did give his TLC money to his children for child support and that his ex-wife is like, a drug addict.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
he took them camping, like, years ago, and they don't wanna see him, so he's not forcing himself on them,
Mhm.
and,
He says they can come see me when they want, basically. Even though they're with a drug addict, I'm not gonna do anything about that. I'll just let them live their life that way and not try to help them if that's true. Also, I don't know if you guys saw the interview he did where he said that it wasn't fair that Niles got to be autistic, and his whole thing was that he had, like, a weird, fetish for trans women, because, he is autistic. It's always been on all the paperwork his whole life, but it didn't follow him into adulthood.
yeah, he was, told he was autistic as a kid, but it didn't carry over
Mm,
into adulthood, and
yeah.
so it's not really cool. Niles got to be autistic.
Yeah,
That
Niles
was the
got to be.
weirdest interview.
Yeah. The people are like, first of all, Niles didn't get to
Or it
be
wasn't an interview,
autistic,
it was like a live stream. He was just talking to people.
and then people are like, "Explain to me where you are, because you appear to be in some rich person's home. Are you
Yeah.
supposed to be at work, sir? What are you doing?"
He's
Because he
like
said
an
now he's a
assistant?
butler. He's now
Yeah,
a
but
butler. What are you, Kathy Hilton's butler? I don't think so.
oh my god.
Are you Michael from Southern Charm? I don't think so.
Maddie and Poodle think he's a sociopath. Like,
Maddie
I
and Poodle are correct.
I mean,
I mean, the
he's
end.
yeah, there we go.
The end. So let's go back to him. Okay, no money, blah, blah, blah. And the lawyer goes, "Well, the number one thing I would recommend for you is to get your financial state in order so that your economic status will rise, because that will come into play when you try to get her on a K-1 visa." So in the talking head, he says, "I know I can never afford to sponsor her, and there's no way for me to live here. I'm devastated because I have to leave tomorrow and have to leave the love of my life there. Or you guys could both move to Taiwan." I mean, if you really, really,
Oh, yeah.
here's my
Mhm.
thing. Why don't you make a goal to get a decent job, move to a city with a lower cost of living? If this is really the love of your life, you fucking dumbass. I mean, this is what I wrote in all. If this is really your goal and this is the love of your life, you can make it work
No,
by
because
saying,
that's not the dream. The dream is the Philippines. It is that is the country is the love of his life. The
this is
lifestyle
the first time he's ever been there.
I well, he loves the culture, he loves the food, he loves that he doesn't have to take care of his kids there, and he can harvest the American dollar. I don't he's
Thailand has a huge ladyboy scene as well. So they could go to Taiwan, get married, go to Thailand where it's scratch that. Yeah, I bet it's recognized in Thailand. You just can't do it in Thailand
that might be.
or live in Taiwan. If you need to find a place where it's easy for Faith to travel and you guys can get married and live there, Taiwan is your answer, not Thailand. You dumb ass. I hate you.
I hate him
So
so
mad. I'm
much.
so mad.
I hate him so
Okay.
much.
So
If
now we get
she's willing to go to Taiwan, we should
right.
say, she has to
If
be
if this is like the love of her life and she's doing anything she can notebook style to make it work, okay?
Mhm.
So now we get, which is very strange placement of a hero shot, this they're like, "Hey," and she's swinging her hair and they look so happy.
I feel like an intern put that in by, like, accident. It wasn't supposed to be there. It should
Wrong
have been
spot.
an angry hero shot.
Wrong spot. So they're in the cab and they're saying, "It's sad. It's his last night." And he's booked this really nice romantic hotel. I have to imagine it's like closer to where he's going to the airport because he has all his luggage and he puts on this stupid hat and she's getting out of the tuk-tuk. And
Also, I don't know how he's affording this hotel, or
TLC.
I feel like she's paying for it or TLC. Yeah, he said on that interview, he's like, "Do you guys really think I went there with $43?
No, he said he
That
was
was
getting
for
a
the
paycheck the
show."
next day. That's the first thing. So, yeah, I think if he got a $500 paycheck, yeah, I think he could live there for 2 weeks on $500.
Yeah, yeah.
The Crocs were a dollar. So, big baller, get two.
Yeah.
So, she says tonight she feels ready to go to the next level. It's sexy time. She's all ready. She gets in front of like the window, is like, woo, look at this. You know,
Yeah.
being all sexy.
She's feeling herself.
Now, normally this guy is so horny. He is sticking it everywhere he can. But he is like, you could tell he's in such a bad mood and so not interested. It's the first time we've seen him not fully smiling all the time like a fucking crazy person. And she's like,
oh, did you see that part? He said he was taught to not smile. No, his parents commented that he never smiled as a child, and they took him to a therapist or something because he never smiled. And he was so he's overcompensates now by always smiling. There's so many red flags in that
so
story.
many red flags. So get him off our TV. So she goes, let's take a selfie, you know, with my ring, you know, before I mess up my makeup or whatever. So they hold the camera out, do a selfie, and he's like, she goes, cheese, say cheese. He goes, oh, I'm supposed to say cheese? Fine, cheese. And they pop open some beers, and there's a cake there. And they're like, this is so nice and romantic or whatever. And he's being very quiet and weirder than usual, if possible. And he's talking to Ed. He says, I'm very in my head. I'm very depressed that I have to leave. I'm very depressed. I have to leave the love of my life here in the Philippines, and things did not go as I planned. You also should have probably met with a lawyer the first day instead of the last day.
Well, he thinks he had it all figured out.
Yeah. Thailand, Taiwan. So she says, so what are you going to do now about like the K1 and stuff? Because, you know, we're engaged. What are you going to do? You have to hire a lawyer? And he goes, no, I don't have to. I could do it myself. She goes, that's a lot of money. And he goes, yeah, a lawyer's a lot of money.
Will he be doing it in the winter months though? Like Gino?
Yeah. If it's the summer, I'm sorry. He has to be outside. He has to be outside. He can't work on it at that time. So he grabs, and I literally don't, I should have really had my props and tried to crash a can on my head. God, I wish I had one. I've got a full one, but I don't want to do that. It's that Lover Boy drink that's from Summer House. Somebody gave it to me. I guess I can empty it out and crash it on my head. So that would be a lot for the show. So he crushes the can in his hand. And she goes, why are you doing that? He goes, oh, do you want to do it? And she goes, no, I think it's weird. And then she says, so what's your plan for when you get back, you know? And he goes, well, I have a couple of friends that say I can live with them, but I'm not sure like which one I'm going to choose or whatever. And then he grabs her can. He grabs her can and smashes it on his head like he's Bluto in Animal House. Current references only. And then he has a knife, which is just for the cake. So it's not a steak knife. It's not a serrated knife.
No, it's a butter knife, but still.
It's a knife that would cut something. And he starts stabbing his hand with it like this, if you're watching a video, like this, and doing this. And she goes, so are you happy? And he goes, no. And she goes, can you stop with this? And she's kind of like, stop with this. Can you put it down? And he goes, why? And she goes, if we're a couple, why do you do that? Is that a normal thing to do? And he goes, sure, why not? It's not sharp. And he puts it down.
She is expecting a romantic evening and she wants to be treated like a lady. Yeah. And he is smashing cans on his head like he's in a frat. And then now he's doing this weird knife thing. And she is a trans woman of color, which are the like most victimized and killed group. And he's like doing knife play. And again, this is their last night. She was expecting this romantic. Yeah. She wanted to be wined and dined in this fancy hotel.
And so he goes, it's not sharp. And she goes, is it normal for you to just like crush a can like that, like with your fiance? And he goes, sure, why not? And he goes, okay, I won't crush any more cans. And so she moves the knife and she goes, you know, I'm not comfortable. We were supposed to have a romantic night and, you know, thought I would be happy, but this is not respectful to me. And he just goes, And she goes, I'm scared about what you're doing. And he goes, why? So she takes off her ring and she goes, I'm sorry, we're done. I'm done. And he goes, yeah. I mean, he says nothing. And she gets up and goes to get her bags. And she obviously clearly is having a little bit of a panic attack.
Yeah.
Because she just goes like, oh my God, we're done. And she goes really quickly and gets her
This
bag and
would
walks
be
out in the
very
hall.
triggering.
Yeah.
We don't know what her history is, and we
Right.
don't know what her friends' histories are,
Right.
and just the culture, like,
Yeah.
this would be very triggering.
It's
Yeah, and
scary.
he doesn't at all recognize that.
Mm-mm. He's just like, fine, be a bitch. I don't care.
Yeah.
So, in her talking head, she says, I'm his fiance and I'm supposed to mean the world to him, but I don't feel the love. It's like a different person sitting here. And in the hall, the producer says, hey, Faith, you want to tell us what's going on? And she goes, I thought I would be happy today, but I'm scared. I wasn't comfortable with the knife. We are trans and we don't know who is a real one. And I'm shaking and I don't want to see him anymore. It's over.
I think she said, like, "Oh, I don't know who actually, likes me or
Mhm.
who's pretending to like me so that they can get me alone." I'm sure
Yeah.
that happens so that they can do something to me, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it made me
It's
really
scary.
sad.
It's
It's
really
very
sad.
scary. Yeah.
'Cause I think, she was so happy when he came and if we're following the story on face value, what's on our TV, she was
Mhm.
so happy when he came. Here's a guy that really loves me for me. Oh, he's been cheating on me. Okay. So we can't have any relations for 10 days. Okay. Then after
Yeah,
I
you
found
lost 10 days to leaky penis.
leaky penis sludge, and then they go to see the family. Everything is great. And then he says, maybe I'll marry your
He's love bombing like
maybe
crazy.
I'm gonna take care of your family. Just $2,000 to buy a nice house. Hmm.
Mhm.
House, nice, beach, pretty. Hmm. And it's terrible. And so
Mhm.
then
The
he's like,
roller
maybe
coaster she's been on with this
yes. The
and her
lies.
expectations for this night, it's like all of Loren is like what you ordered versus what you got from Temu. Like,
Yes. Yes.
it's
Yes.
so different than what she was promised and expected.
Yeah. Very upsetting. So next time on Before the 90 Days, it's Niles and Matilda's wedding day. Ding dong, the bells are ringing, and he looks really nice, and she looks beautiful. And his talking head, he says he feels he's in over his head here. Mr.
Yeah.
Ark is trying to help him and telling him what to do. And we see her walk in, and she looks great. And I don't know. I'm like, oh, please let it work. Please let it
I know,
work.
he looks like he's in full on panic, and I wish so
It's
much that he had brought someone with him
it's
on
a
this
small
trip.
room with a lot of people, and that
Oh, it's just
might
that's
not be
his
good for
worst
him.
that's his worst nightmare.
So Vanya and Yosko say goodbye, but then she says he came to Orlando for 10 days. It was magical. We see them going on like one of those gator boat rides, and she says he loves it. He could see himself living here. And then what happened next was shocking. They break up. So, spoiler alert, they break up. So, I don't know why or how, but my understanding is he
Yeah,
totally ghosted her,
that's
which is
crazy.
insane. Insane.
Wow.
So, Sonny has this, he's packing up and he has this ring and he says he was planning to propose, but she's not going to convert. So it's all for nothing. So they go hike to a waterfall where they try to have one last talk. And I'm like, nobody push each other off here. We don't need a
Yes.
date line crossover here. No,
Mm-mm.
no. Let me take the picture. Just one more step backwards, one
Oh
more
god.
step to the
That's an
left, to the
Andrea
left.
Canning. That
Ah,
is
psh.
yep, that literally happened.
Um, Loren tries to talk to Faith one last time, and he says he apologizes to her. They like standing outside the hotel on his way out, and he says he's really, really sorry. And so probably they're not still together, I assume. He's like,
I
Taiwan
definitely
is the place for me. Yeah.
yeah. I don't think they're still together, but I don't know if this is where it finally ends or if it continues on
Next week.
or,
Next week.
like, when he goes back to America, they're still together,
Yeah.
then maybe I don't know. But I
Yeah.
really don't think they're still together.
But he still has to work for the drag queens. Okay. That is how you act with the drag queens. Oh, stupid. Okay. So, Joe tells Magdana that one of his friends, a girl named Jill, he dated her a very long time ago for a very short amount of time. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I didn't think it was a big deal. And then she goes nuts. She's like, "You don't get it. You have to be honest. I will take her eyes and yours too and fucking eat them. I am done." That took a turn. Took a turn. Wow.
She's Jeepers Creepers. That monster, that Jeepers Creepers guy. I think that's what he does. Something about
Mm.
the eyes. I
Are
don't
you
like
talking
that.
about I just know the song, Jeepers Creepers, where'd you
Yeah,
get
they
those
play it in
peepers?
the movie, and it's super creepy,
Ooh,
yeah.
what movie is it where somebody takes their eyes
Called
out? What
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, no. See, I don't watch that kind of shit. No.
Okay, I love that kinda shit, but
Do you love scary movies that like that are real dumb?
I love scary movies.
You and Keisha should do a whole podcast about scary movies. She loves scary movies too.
I would love to do that.
She goes to, like, everything in the theater scary movies. She
Yeah,
loves.
I get a little scared to go to the theater, but
Yeah.
I get scared when I'm watching them at home too, so but I kinda like being scared, but then I have to watch something, like, nice
Yeah.
after before I go to bed.
Cleanse your brain. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, that scared me for real. When she said that, I was like, "We have been spot on. I've been making boiling bunny jokes, not far off."
It's one thing to be like, "I'll fucking kill you and kill her too," but to be like, "I will take her eyes out and yours too, and then I will fucking eat them." It's real
I've thought
specific.
I have thought about my method. I know what tools I would use.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
I
mhm,
know what
mhm.
sauce I would put on the eyes to make them more palatable. Like, she's
I
planned it
prefer
out.
a tzatziki or a yogurt dill. Gross.
Like, with the side of pierogies, like, because he
Yeah,
loves the pierogies,
he
that would
loves a
be
pierogi.
yeah, maybe put
Yeah.
the eyeballs in a pierogi. Um,
Stop,
I
you're making me sick.
can't believe she said that.
Mm. Um, okay, well, this has been a 2-hour episode, so
I'm
guys,
so sorry.
don't be sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and say here at the end of episode 1 no, this is the end of episode 2. This is a 2-part episode, you guys. So this is the end of episode 2. If you're
I
looking for
love
the
that.
yeah, if you're looking for the first part, it's in your feed. Because I can already tell you Ingrid's gonna say, "Split this into 2 episodes." So I'll go ahead and just put that in so I don't have to pre-record it later.
Sorry,
Okay.
Ingrid. So sorry. Love
Love
you.
you, girl, on Christmas Eve. Sorry for more work. Yeah. Then she said to me, Ingrid said to me, do I see correctly that you are recording with Kate Casey at 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve? And I wrote back, I said, yes, I am. Merry Christmas. That's my Thursday episode. Kate Casey, we're going to cover all the breaking Bravo news and pop culture news. So, you know,
Love it.
you guys, you can't work all day if you don't start in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this 2-part long episode on Christmas Eve. I hope it accompanied you while you wrapped gifts or lit your first candle of your menorah. Hey, look at me. Is Christmas Eve the first night of the menorah?
I think it's Christmas Day?
Day.
Christmas night, I mean, like the
Christmas night. Okay.
25th, I
Mhm.
think. Yeah. It's just weird because it's never this late, so it's very
Yeah.
confusing.
They're just trying to compete with the Christians. I know how those Jewish
I
people
know.
are. I know.
Mhm. We came up with Hanukkah Harry just to be like, "Don't feel bad that you're a Jew kid. It's fine to be a Jew kid. Here's Hanukkah Harry and a Hanukkah bush instead of a Hanukkah tree." We never did any of that. My parents were like, "You're Jewish, deal with it. You don't get a tree. You don't get a special magical man. It's fine."
But when you get older, you will enjoy Dateline and you will get Keith Morrison.
Exactly.
Keith on a
Keith
wreath.
on a wreath. Yeah.
Keith on a wreath. Snoop on your stoop. Okay. Um,
Is that one of them?
Snoop on a stoop. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You just go around putting Snoop on the stoops all in.
That's so funny.
And then there's a lot of like Snoop and Martha on stoops, but I don't know what her thing is. A Martha on a
Bartha.
Partha. I don't know. I mean, what would it be?
Hearth?
Eh,
Hearth?
Martha on a
Hearth,
Hartha.
I think you could do.
I also was trying to like Stewart on a. It just doesn't go,
Yeah.
Martha. I'm sorry. Sorry, Martha. You have everything else. You can leave this to
Yeah.
us, okay? God. My recap of that documentary was in our free feed last week with Matt Marr, and in the free feed this week, as a bonus, is my episode with Jonathan Mark, where he went and we did that that unsolved mysteries with my paranormal friend, where it was that guy who Becky attached to that man.
Be like, I'm here. My name is Becky.
Walk into the woods.
I'm obsessed with Becky.
Yeah. And because I always say Becky, like Becky, the whole time I was recording with Jonathan, it was too long to try to explain to him about Becky. So I just was saying Becky calmly and normally, but it was once or twice I let it slip where I'd be like, and then he said, Becky.
What is that?
I have a friend named Becky. And we would just get drunk and be like, Becky. And then her grandmother would call. We had like an answering machine. Her grandmother would call and be like, Becky. You have not called me. Becky, call your grandmother, Becky.
Oh my God, it's so dumb. I love it so much.
Stupid. And so then every time we would do Emily and Kobe, I would do it like that.
Yes,
Emily would be like, Kobe!
Kobe!
Kobe! Becky.
There's a funny meme with Taylor Swift and the name Becky. So that's also making me think of that.
Okay.
No, it's Becky.
Well, I did an entire episode with Jonathan Mark that'll be out on Thursday where I don't scream, Becky! But my Kate Casey episode will be out too.
My mic, apologies. I laughed like, ha! So excited.
Anyway, you guys, this is on video. It's on YouTube. And you guys, I don't know what's happening on Date with Dateline. Are you taking a break over there?
We have an interview with Josh Mankiewicz coming out this week for his latest podcast, Deadly Mirage. So we had so much fun talking to him.
That'll be on Christmas. That'll be on Wednesday, December 25th.
I don't know when we're releasing it.
Okay, well, your normal day is Wednesday, so that's why I'm saying that. I think you should. That's a great time. People need content on that day.
I know. They need Mank.
They need the Mank.
Yeah, even though it's Keithmas and Mank's holiday is Manksgiving, it's still the same season. So
does anybody get Valentine's Day?
Yeah, we usually do how did we do that? Valentine Cannon Day. How did we had Andrea Canning somewhere in there. And then Dennis, I think we gave to I feel like he was the 4th of July, but now I can't think. Independence Day. That was isn't that clever? That was the listener who came up with that.
Did you confirm that Dennis is okay?
Yes, he's fine.
Good.
Yeah, he will be back. We got all the behind the scenes scoop, but that was off the air. So only here am I saying it on Pink Shade.
Okay, so he's fine.
He's okay. He's going to be back. He's just not going to be as active, but he will be back on our screens.
We don't need his personal business. We just want to know he's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we are nosy, but we're not that nosy. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much. And again, 2-part episode. You're welcome. Merry Christmas. Okay, bye.